Alright, so we got I just spent all day in the garden, so I'm gonna go ahead and do an update. IDK garden. It's Friday, April the 18th. I'm out here. Got the citronella around the perimeter going. You can see them on the back there. Got the little fire pit going. So anyway, let's see. Strawberries are coming in real good. They haven't started blooming yet, but that's okay. I'm not sure if this, I put this trellis, it was just a cattle panel. I cut it in half. I cut the length in half, and then I just made a little teepee out of it, or wigwam. I don't know what this is called. Anyway, I've been eating off this kale. This is the same kale from last year. I've been eating off of this. Hold on, I got a bug on me. I've been eating off of this kale for weeks now, and it's doing great. Cut and come again. I got to keep in mind that a lot of this with these greens, if you want them to grow, you got to cut them. But anyway, I've added in a few things. I popped in some collards, marigold. That's the same garlic. This is the same garlic that was in there. I popped in some zinnias right there. Green onions, those was already over there. That's a cayenne pepper. I just planted that today. She should take off pretty soon. If you see right over near that pot, let me get this cup out the way. This little plant right here, that's a basil plant. Added that in. I think I might have put one at the other end too. Let's go over here and see. Yeah, I did. Is that it right there? Nah, that's not it. Oh, here it is right here. So this is the other basil that I put in right here. Just to get some, herbs to hopefully deter pests in this bed. This is a green pepper. Sorry about the joke. This is a green pepper I just planted today. Still got all these marigolds around. More collards. I just been sneaking collards in through all of this. I think I did that already last time. Blueberries. I made this cage. You can't really see the cage, but I know I talked about that last time. If you see, I definitely got blueberries. Got a few. For some reason, these plants over here, like, you can see, berries right there, some up top, berries right there. But they're not really jumping like these two plants. I don't know what's up with these two plants, man. They're really not jumping like these over here. These ones are going crazy. So I'm gonna point them out because it's dark. Berries right there. I got berries right there. I got small berries right there. Berries right there, over there, coming off the back. And if we go over there, and there's plenty on the other side. Matter of fact, let me get a good look at that. I got berries right here, back in there. That's on the other side. You can't really see. But I got some at the top up here. Then on that plant I got berries. So plenty of blueberries on these two. I don't know what's up with these plants over here, but these two are doing great. Hey, get out of here. These whole, I just filled this bed up with soil today. This is gonna be an herb bed. I just started today. That's lavender, basil. I'm gonna put some rosemary on the other end, and I'm gonna plant probably a tomato right in the middle. At the end of the season, I'll just cut the tomato right at ground level, and then plant something else in the middle next year. But I'm gonna kind of do herbs around the outside sort of deal. Maybe I might even put some flowers Squeeze some flowers around the edge, some marigolds or what have you. I don't know what else. Over here I got some seedlings. This is collards, a bunch of collards in one container right here. I need to separate that and do my thing with those. I got 4 cherry tomatoes, got some lettuce. I might just go ahead and put the lettuce over there too. Actually, I am gonna do that. I'll put that in tomorrow. I got some purple lettuce, arugula, and that's all. Yeah, arugula, purple lettuce, and collard greens in there. Still haven't planted that oregano. I'm gonna put that in its own pot. Still haven't planted this mint. I'm gonna put that in its own pot. But these collards in these little small containers, I've been giving them fish emulsion food every week, but they're just not happy. I can tell. Plus they're getting eaten real bad. I've been coming out here and finding these. I spray these with neem oil all the time. But you see they got all these, not all the time. I spray them, either once a week or after it rains, whichever comes first. And so, there's some chamomile right there. I'm gonna put that somewhere. Marigolds, kale. So you see everything's getting eaten up, man. I come out all the time. I see these little worms on these things, man. Green worms, just eating. I mean, like if you look at this plant right here, they ate the whole damn leaf off the plant. This was a leaf right here. This stem was a leaf. So I don't know what I gotta do. That's my neem oil right there. But I have, I've been studying, and they say that the plants that are under the most stress, those are the ones that pests tend to go for. I don't know, when they're stressed out, they put out some sort of pheromone. Google this. They put out some sort of pheromone, and the bugs and everything, they smell the pheromone of these stressed out ones first. And these are the ones they go after, because the collards that are over there, they haven't been on. Plus that bed is full of all types of pest repellents. So that's just a good example of the power of pest repellents and intercropping and all of that stuff. Those collards over there really have been unbothered, but we'll see how it goes. This bed is waiting for the green beans, but I got my marigolds in. That's just a phlox in a container, creeping phlox. I'm gonna put that in the front yard, but I already put some out there. But anyway, that's not even part of the garden for real. So the oregano, the mint, and the chamomile, all of those are very aggressive spreaders, so I don't feel comfortable putting them in any of these beds over here or this one, because they'll just take over. Maybe I could pick one to put in here to do it to be like as a ground cover. Maybe oregano or mint. Probably oregano would be better. But I don't know. Like as a living mulch, maybe I will do that with the oregano. But I'm gonna let this basil get a little bit more pronounced first, so the oregano don't just eat it. It just completely cover that up. I'm not gonna go over there, but actually I will go over there. Blackberry that I thought was dead is just full of life. Full of life. This thing is thriving. I don't see any blooms yet. Actually, nah. Oh, there are blooms. So these are blooms. These are blooms. Oh, get out of here. These are blooms. These are blooms. Oh yeah, we about to get a bunch of blackberries. These are blooms. There's blooms all over this thing. Word. So, second year, maybe third, I think it's the second year, is getting more established, and it's just happy. And usually with these berry plants, they take a couple years to get established and really start producing. And then my garlic, excuse me, it's a lot of pollen out here. My garlic is it's so tall, it's starting to push on the top of this netting. So I need to raise this netting a little bit. But all in all, it's really healthy. I keep saying I'm gonna pull one up. At some point, I'm gonna pull one up and see how big it is. But the shoots look really healthy. Also, I want to try the shoots too. It's about time for me to cut one. I'm gonna just pull one up. I'm gonna eat the shoots and see how big it is. Yeah, it's my fire pit rocking. The citronella is actually doing a pretty good job. I'm not getting bit by anything right now. Like I said, I got the little citronella force field going all the way around the perimeter of the garden. I'm gonna sit out here and meditate for a little bit before I go out this Friday. So I don't know quite what else to talk about. That's my neem oil right there. I got all of these mulches lined up on this these bags of mulch lined up here. They were right here sitting on the ground, but I had to move them out of the way. So that's that. Today was the first like really hot day, hot and sunny. I did not water the smooch. Get out. I did not water the my plants until the early afternoon when it was already hot. I should have watered them in the morning, but I might have lost a couple of lettuces as a result of that. But I don't know what that table's just not cutting it, man. I don't know if it's the containers aren't big enough or just that those plants just aren't as happy because they're not in the earth, or at least in a larger container, or I don't know. But that's just a good illustration of the power of the earth, being connected to the earth. These plants over here jumping versus being in small, limited containers. So I might up pot some of those collard greens. I really need to get my collard green supply up be able to freeze them for the winter, or just to have them all year. But anyway, that's that. So my dog is going crazy over there. So that's that, and I can't think of anything else. So see you on the next update.